And welcome to the first video of this series that I'm producing, which is going to be called the Booster Box Experience Analysis. For this video, I'm going to be focusing on the booster box for Obsidian Flames. If you like the content, please make sure to like and subscribe. But to begin with, I'd like to start by saying that this video is not intended for providing any form of financial advice. The contents in this video are for information and entertainment purposes only. I would encourage you to make your own decisions and not rely on someone else's advice, inclusive of myself. Do your own research, and please note that prices do fluctuate frequently, so any information on that in this video might have changed at the time that you're viewing this video, so please bear that in mind. So what's the purpose of this video? Well, the intent is to provide an introduction to the actual booster box with regards to what's generally contained within the set. Also discuss what my experience was like opening up one booster box and providing some sort of analysis on a few things. One is to provide a breakdown of how many common, uncommon, and rare cards you can get, the number of holos and reverse holos, and the special cards, which includes your special illustration rares, the gold cards, the EXs, etc. Going to be also looking at the value of the cards that I've obtained, and then I'll be also looking into the set completion percentage and what the additional cost might look like if I were to consider completing the set. And to end the video, I'm going to be looking at the aftermath, which are the obviously what sort of options and considerations that I might have after opening up one booster box. So, as a brief overview, Obsidian Flames is the third set of the Scarlet and Violet series, which is the current series that this year in 2023. As a background info, there are a total of 230 unique cards in this set, which breaks down to 197 normal cards with 33 secret rare cards that you can get. And the distinguishing factor for this set is that you do get a lot of Charizard cards. Specifically, you do get 4 variants, and what's special as well is the fact that the Charizard that you'll get in this set is going to be a dark type and not a fire type, and that's for TCG purposes or for a trading card game if you are playing the game. So I'll be showcasing what those cards look like, and here's one of them, which is what I'm referring to as the base set excuse me, Charizard, which is numbered 125 out of the 197. It looks stunning with the crystallized effect on the Charizard. So it's not bad looking. The most special card that you can get out of the set is this special illustration rare, which is quite stunning. Some people might not agree, but I think it looks pretty cool, with all the crystallized effect all around the card itself. And but I suppose everyone has their own taste when it comes to art. The silver Charizard card that you can get out of this set, it looks like this, which is one of the secret rares, number 215 out of the 197. And it doesn't look too bad, and there's going to be a gold variant out of this as well, which looks like this. Looks very similar in terms of the post that Charizard has, except that you do have a lot of gold throughout the card, which signifies how rare the card is. So this one's number 228 out of the 197. Some of the other cards that are in this set include the following, which I've included in this video just as a showcase. So you can get Pidgeot EX, which is, yeah, it's I suppose it might look simplistic, but I think it looks pretty cool because it sort of lends itself to a more unique style, and yeah, it also has cool ability for TCG purposes. So yeah, great addition to the set. We've also got this Cleffa, which is quite stunning as well in its artwork. It sort of looks quite elegant the way they presented Cleffa here, and yeah, it looks pretty clean as well. And yeah, this is one of the secret rares that you can get out of the set, number 202 out of the 197. This is also one of the gold cards that you can get from this set. It's a stadium card for Artisan, which is one of the towns that you come across in the Scarlet and Violet game series. And yeah, this one's also a hyper rare, number 229 out of 197. We've also got this special card for Poppy. I believe he's one of the special trainers in the game, no spoilers, and yeah, she gets a special illustration rare, number 227 out of the 197. We've also got Gita, one of the trainers in game, and number 226 out of the 197. And last but not least, I'm also just showcasing my favorite card. He doesn't, or she doesn't, get a special illustration art for this series, but from a TCG point of view, and I suppose being one of my favorite Pokemon, it's become my favorite card from this set. It is numbered 15 out of the 197. So now going through the actual contents of the booster box. So we have 360 cards in total, with 36 packs having 10 cards each. I did end up getting 8 secret rare cards, which is about 2% of the total number of cards. I ended up getting 10 EX cards, which is about 3%, 42 holos, which is about 12%, and 68 reverse holos, which is 19% out of the 360 cards. So, what do these secret rare cards look like? So, these were it. I ended up getting a Larvitar, number 203, a Scizor, number 205, Absol EX, which is one of the EX cards, number 214, Pidgeot EX, number 217, and I ended up getting 2 of these. I've also obtained a Poppy Trainer card, the Charizard EX Gold card, number 228, as well as the Artisan Gold card, which is number 229. So yeah, I suppose not bad in terms of pull rates, I suppose. So now looking at the completion, out of the 230 unique cards, I did get about 176 out of that, which equates to 54 cards missing from the set, and that roughly translates to about 24% of the set. And the completion percentage by opening up one booster box is 76%. So now, looking at the values of the cards obtained, and this is based on the research that I've undertaken back at the end of August 2023 in terms of prizes. Was not able to do an update on that, but I thought this would give you an idea of how much the fluctuations are for prices. So I suppose looking only at the secret rare cards to be more valuable, and the rest being assumed to be around 50 cents each Australian. So, and please bear in mind that I'm only looking at it from an Australian context. So yeah, what I'd found out was the Charizard Gold EX card was about 75 Australian dollars. The Poppy Trainer card was 16 Australian dollars. The Pidgeot EX was about $15 each. The Artisan Gold card was $12.50. The Scissor card was $10, as well as the Absol EX card. So this equates to about a total of 163 Australian dollars for the secret rares, and the rest were assumed to be roughly about $176.50. There can be, I suppose this is just potentially an underestimation of the cost of the remaining cards, as there may be others. Some of those singles might be way above $1 or maybe $5 Australian dollars, but that's, I suppose that underestimation takes into consideration, I suppose the variances that you might get in terms of what cards could appear in your boost box as you open it. So this equates to a total of $338.50 Australian. So to some degree, I can conclude that I am getting my money's worth by opening up a box. But yes, I suppose it depends on what you would like to do with the cards that you've obtained, and that leads to the next slide, which is to look at the options and considerations as one would do after opening up a booster box. And so as you can see, I've got roughly about 4 options there that I've listed. So it's either you buy the missing cards in singles to complete the set. That's one consideration. The second is to obviously consider getting a booster box. But I suppose, you could look at the cost of buying the singles first to see if it is worth having to look at the getting another booster box. You could potentially sell all the cards if you weren't interested in keeping the box, or you weren't interested in the contents. That can be a challenging feat, but because obviously not everyone's going to be buying the cards immediately. You can put it up on eBay or any other platforms online, but as far as I can tell, they can be quite challenging to sell. Or I suppose the last but not the least, you could consider just keeping them for collection, as they may be worth more down the track, or I suppose you might have something in terms of use for these cards later on, or you might even decide that you would want to use these cards to play TCG. So that's not a bad option. The actual trading card game for Pokemon's actually quite fun to play. So please do consider looking into that. But if not, and you don't have the time, there is another option, which is to look at TCG Live, which is an app that you can get on iOS or Android, and even on PC. And yeah, you can redeem some of the redemption codes that you get from these booster packs. So that'll definitely help you a little bit in playing the game. But with TCG Live, they do supply you with pre-built decks that you could consider using to begin with, and you can mix and match some of the cards that you get from these pre-supplied decks. So yeah, please consider checking that out. So what I've done here is I've laid out some information from my research looking at buying individual cards. And again, as I said, this were based on the cheapest cards that I could find at the end of August 2023 when I did my research, and they were obtained from eBay. There may be some other platforms out there that might be cheaper, but I thought eBay was the most obvious one. And looking at that, what surprised me was that for me to buy the individual missing cards, it would cost me about $728.94, which is quite steep. And just to outline the first three most expensive at the time that I did my research, I had the Charizard EX Special Illustration Rare being the most expensive at 172 Australian dollars. The Gita Trainer card, which is about $21.20 Australian, and the Cleffa Special Illustration Rare, which is at $18.95. So from this, I was to conclude that maybe it might be worthwhile to get another booster box if I was thinking of completing the set. But yeah, that's just sort of the thinking that you get when you're looking at your options, especially if you're considering to complete the set. So what are the thoughts that I could take away from after having opened up a booster box? So what I'm hoping to relay to you is that hopefully this gives you an idea of what it feels like having opened up a booster box, the value of the cards that you can get out of the set, opening up a box for the set, or when you're looking at completing the set, what it feels like, and to add to that, as I've listed there, it is intended for Charizard lovers because it feels to me like you can get at least one of the 4 Charizards that are showcased in this set. And there are also some great cards in this set for TCG purposes. So it's definitely not bad to get a booster box on if you are interested in playing the game. And yeah, I suppose what I'd like to emphasize as well is it's a really good idea to look at the prices of the individual cards. If you are considering buying a booster box, you might be able to, depending on how much the individual cards cost, because as time goes on, you could expect some of the prices for these cards to drop. So it might change the feasibility or the way we would look at buying a booster box being a feasible option in being able to complete the set, or for you to get some of the cards that you want for TCG purposes, or even if you just wanted to keep some of the cards in this set for collection purposes. So but at this time, I think it is worthwhile just getting booster boxes if you are interested in completing the set. as I've showcased before, that it might be too expensive to buy some of the missing cards that I have. So yeah, that concludes this video. Thanks for watching. Please consider leaving a like and subscribe, and the comment sections below are open. If you do have any questions, please leave them down there as well. But if not, thanks again for watching. I'll see you next time.